So it's a relatively nice day. It's probably in the mid 30s right now, and it's supposed to get up into the 40s. Tomorrow, it's supposed to get in the 60s. And the day after that, I think we're supposed to be up in the 70s. So, I mean, it's like summertime. Which has got Carolyn really pining for springtime, because that's the time we start the garden. So I was heading down to the garden just to talk about it a little bit. Carolyn's already getting all prepared, and she's counting her seeds and writing things down and figuring out what we're going to do. The gardening really is her thing. I don't really get much involved with it. The only thing I'm going to focus on myself personally is the corn garden. I got the big patch of field here that I've showed you many times. We got this all cleared up a little bit so the sun will shine down on it in the afternoon. Obviously I don't have it cleaned up yet, but I do have it knocked down so the sun will get to it. I'll probably have to get to that cedar tree and knock down some of those branches just so we get the maximum amount of sun. But then we'll have plenty of sun time to make sure the corn grows. So I've got it all fertilized with chicken manure and ash, you know, from the wood stove. So I'll till it up again right before we start to plant corn. I'm not really sure when that is. I'm gonna have to look that up. It's been years since I've done it. Probably May or June, I would think. April, May, yeah, June, May, probably around May. And I don't know if we'll do 2 plantings this year. We'll definitely get 1. I think I've calculated up, and that will give us something like 120 pints of corn. We are really focused on a carnivorous diet. So we were talking about, are we going to eat the corn? And I think we'll eat corn. I mean, it's not like we'll eat corn every day. Corn's pretty bad for you. I've learned that lots of sugar, but they use corn for everything. It's processed junk, breads and pastas, and it's just in everything. It's just, that's all we eat. But we don't eat bread and pasta anymore. I mean, we got some pasta left over, so occasionally she'll make chicken noodle soup occasionally. Usually on days that she's not looking to eat a big meal, she knows I like chicken noodle soup. She's not a huge fan of it, so she'll cook it for me. But most days it's just meat and eggs is what we've been eating, and I've gotten a lot stronger from that. We eat green beans regularly, so I'm hoping that she'll grow quite a bit of green beans. She wants to do something with this area also. I got this area cleaned up oh gosh, it's been over a year, let's put it that way. I don't want to try to figure out all the dates. Of course, we still got stumps and stuff here, but that's okay. We'll knock down all this brush real quick. That won't take long. A little hatchet, and that'll come right down. And then that's what I got down this year. Like I said, I still got to get this all trimmed up, cleaned up. I don't know when I'll get to it, but I'll get to it one of these days. The winter's starting to run down, and I probably won't do much with it during the summer, but it can lay there. I'm not in a big hurry. Let this all dry out, like these branches, and then we'll have fuel for the cook stove, you know, her cooking area, because that way she doesn't have to use propane as much once this all dries up, and then we can start breaking that down, dragging it up to the house. And I've been working on the second channel, trying to get it to grow. And once that thing's up and running a little bit, then I can get back to focusing on the property a little bit. But you know, you got to make money, and this channel at one time was doing really good, and now it's died. I've explained all that. That's not what this video is about. But you know, you just got to rearrange your priorities occasionally. So, but I'll put a link to that video at the end of this video. You can go check it out if you want. Last year, she already started growing the winter seeds, and I don't understand it that well to really explain it to you. But like lettuce and things, she started now. And then we put it out on the porch. Well, last year we didn't even have the roof on. We were still using the little tents that we were using for the chickens now. Those little canopies. I mean, she had quite a bit of success with it. And then when it's time to actually plant your lettuce or whatever, you transplant them over there, and it's already started. Well, she's decided she's not going to do that this year. She didn't explain why. But so yesterday, she asked me to buy this little greenhouse thing. I mean, it's not very big. It's got some shelves on it, and that way she can start her seeds. And we're still discussing, do we want to put it here or down here? We'll figure that out later. I'll probably come out with the thermometer and see if it's cooler on the porch or cooler down there. If it's warmer on the porch, I would suggest that we keep it on the porch. And the other thing is it's not going to get any rain and, you know, snow and that kind of stuff. So yesterday she was playing with her seeds. We got her a greenhouse on order. I think it was $69. It wasn't very expensive. Now with the corn stalks, I'm going to try to figure out a way to preserve those. The chickens will eat them, the stalks, and so that'll be fattening for them in the wintertime. Now what we originally thought about was giving it to the pigs. We told you that we were going to get pigs this spring, but we've changed our mind with that and thought we'll wait a little bit. We'll build it up real slow, maybe over the summertime, and then maybe next year we'll do pigs, but no promises. And we were going to give the corn stalks to the pigs, but the chickens will eat that too. So if I dry them out and give it to them, instead of buying corn seed, you know, cracked corn, I can give them the stalks and that'll fatten them up just as much. Now, yesterday I told you that I'm not going to let them out for a while because first there's snow on the ground. I don't want to get their feet all frostbitten. But then that bird flu is coming around, that avian flu. I got a rip in the top here, so that works out perfectly. I can just feed them without going in there. And the reason I don't want to go in there is, like I said yesterday, if there is any wild bird droppings get stuck on the bottom of my feet, that can pass the bird flu on to them. So I'm trying to stay out of there as much as possible to keep them from getting sick. So then that's the mesh. They absolutely love that mesh. So like I said yesterday, I think I told you yesterday, all the birds now are producing eggs. The youngest one, Two-Face, I saw Rue mating with her yesterday. So that means that she's laying eggs now. So let's see if there's any eggs in there, if there's a hen laying on the eggs. I hate that when I feed them their mesh and then one of them is still laying an egg. I feel bad for that one. I hear birds in here. So we got 2 eggs. All the dirty ones you see there, that's ceramic eggs. And then we got a little blue egg there and one right next to it's regular egg. So we got 2 eggs so far today. They slowed down over the last couple days. I wonder if they're getting stressed by something again. We got 7 the other day, and then yesterday we got 3. I don't know what happened. Oh, these are still warm. They just laid these, or somebody laid on them. So the Americanas, that looks white. I know it does in the camera. I saw it a while back, but that is actually a blue egg, colored egg. And so if we start getting enough of these, we can make extra money off them if we ever wanted to sell them. But as it stands right now, we're eating everything that they're giving us. Carolyn has figured out how to put eggs in every meal. We went and bought 2 dozen eggs the other day. Well, I don't know, a month ago. And I told her, I don't know why you're buying eggs. And she says, well, I'll use them. And she did, she used them right up. So with our carnivorous diet and her trying to figure out how to make meals stretch further with only meat and eggs, she's using a lot of eggs. So I was actually thinking we might have to end up going and buying more chickens at some point. We've got the room for them. Somebody was telling me the other day that I need to rethink my structure. Maybe we use a dog kennel. Well, those dog kennels are pretty expensive. My setup isn't. But if you want 10 chickens, you got to have 100 square feet of a chicken run. So each one of those tents that I got down there is 10 by 10. It's 100 square feet. So I got 300 square feet. And it only cost me, with all that setup, probably with the fence and everything, $300 maybe. You can get the canopies off Facebook Marketplace. And of course the canvas might be ripped, but you can always buy a tarp for that, and those are like 30 bucks. So for $300, I have 300 square feet, whereas for $500, if you got a dog pen, that would be 100 square feet. So anyway, my point is we got enough room to get more chickens. We've got 14 chickens, so we could probably get another 14 chickens, 15 chickens, 16 chickens for the space that we have. I would end up having to build another chicken coop probably. I don't know if the chicken coop could handle that many chickens. They're not overly tight in there right now. I probably could get another 5 chickens in there comfortably. So that would give us 19 chickens. Let's say 20 just to make a nice round number. So if I got 6 chickens, hens, that would give us, remember 2 of our chickens are roosters. So we got 6 more, that would give us 18 egg layers. So roughly 18 eggs a day during the summer. And you would think maybe, I don't know, half of that in the wintertime. So it's definitely something that we want to consider. Chickens are just so easy to raise, and they provide so much food. And Carolyn is such an amazing cook when it comes to it. One last thing I wanted to talk about was this right here, the roof, the ceiling. That I think these are maybe $14 a sheet. And we went back and forth on what we wanted to do with this wall. If we use this material here, we wouldn't have to hang these sheets up in the winter. The sheets here are to keep the rainwater off the firewood that I stack here. But the nice thing is when it's not raining, I can take these sheets and tie them up or let them breeze like this, and the wind will help dry out the firewood. If we put a wall here, I would lose that ability to dry the firewood while it was up here. That being said, I think there's more advantages to using this material up here on the ceiling, on this back wall. That way Carolyn could have almost a complete greenhouse. Of course, the side walls would still be open. So if you will you please click that up next box? That'll take you over to the other channel. Check it out so I can keep this channel running. So I hope I can inspire you to have a fulfilling dream like I have. Thanks for watching.